What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and today we have a new old school RuneScape game update. This week we saw some key changes to the Nightmare boss and the Chambers of Xeric, as well as a range of bug fixes and changes to the Trailblazer League. I'm only 2,000 subscribers off 200k, and over 70% of you guys watching aren't subscribed to my channel, so if you enjoy my videos and like keeping up to date with RuneScape, be sure to subscribe and help me reach that goal. Let's get into it. Starting today, you can now get a free 7 days of membership by linking your RuneScape account to Twitch Prime. This is great if you want to try out the Trailblazer League but don't have enough for a bond or don't want to buy membership. To get this deal, you need an active Twitch Prime subscription, and you link your RuneScape account, then claim the loot by using the link osrs.game/primegaming. To link your RuneScape account to your Prime account, you need to log in on the main RuneScape website, then go to your account settings and press Linked Accounts. Then down the bottom, there's an option to link to Amazon, and once you've linked, you can claim the 7 days of membership. To be honest, I'm pretty surprised that Jagex chose to do another one of these promotions. Each time these promotions happen, there's a huge influx of bots. Last month, they did the same promotion, and places like Pyramid Plunder and Plank Making became heavily botted areas. I think that having more bot busting staff, adding a trade limit to these free membership accounts, or completely revamping the promotion so that it's not completely free would really do some good for the game. Anyway, so with today's game update, the Nightmare boss received a few changes. The Little Nightmare pet now has a better chance of dropping. Previously, the drop rate was 1 in 4,000 for everybody in your team, but now the drop rate scales to how many players are fighting the boss. It goes as low as 1 in 800 for solos, scaling up to 1 in 4,000 for teams of 5 players or more. Most of the time, players choose to do trios or teams of 4 when they're fighting the Nightmare, so it's likely that we'll see a fair few Little Nightmares running around. Regarding teams, Jagex made the Nightmare boss a little bit easier for teams of 5 players and more. Previously, having 5 or more players in the team would add 400 health to the Nightmare's shield and 60 health to each totem. Now, after this update, the Nightmare only gets 200 added shield health and 30 health to each totem. Also, some of the Nightmare's minions' damage can now be fully negated by using protection prayers when they previously couldn't. The husks that he brings out on his second phase previously could hit through protection prayers, whereas now you can pray accordingly to negate all damage. You can also negate the damage from the parasite, but not the initial explosion damage. The Eldritch Nightmare staff also got some changes. This is the green staff that has a special attack dealing a huge amount of damage and restoring the player's prayer points by 50% of the damage they dealt. The special attack previously used 75% of your special energy, whereas now it only uses 55%, which is identical to the volatile staff now. This could make the staff a handy PvP weapon, although the volatile one is probably better because of its special attack. As I mentioned, we saw some changes to the Chambers of Xeric or Raids 1 today. When a raid is generated, there can either be a small, medium, or large sized raid, which determines how many rooms are within the raid. Before this update, you were randomly given a raid size, with no way of choosing which size you got. After today's update, there's now a toggle on the party creation window that lets you select whether you want a large raid. Without this toggle on, you're either given a small or a medium raid, and this toggle makes it easier to find a raid that your team wants to do. Also, Jagex has now made it so that the large raids always have 5 combat rooms and 3 puzzle rooms, whereas previously it varied. Jagex also updated the mechanics of scavengers. Now they spawn more consistently and have a tendency to spawn close to where a player is standing. Previously, they were spread around the room and would spawn all over the place, whereas now it's easier to get fast kills and get the supplies you need, overall speeding up raids by a little bit. There were also some changes to how Iron Man mode works in raids. Previously, if an Iron Man dealt the most amount of damage to a boss, but not all of it, the boss would drop nothing because the Iron Man would have got the loot, but they didn't because they were helped. Now the drop is given to the regular accounts in the raid, rather than essentially destroying the drop. So that's the PvM changes that we saw today, but we also got a broad range of Trailblazer League updates. Getting an Impling jar on an Iron Man can be quite a long task if you lose the free one that you get from Puro. So now you can claim a free Impling jar once per day from the League's tutor in Lumbridge. A few of the relics had improvements and changes. The double cast relic, since it gives an accuracy buff, any freezing spells like bind or ice spells get a 100% chance of hitting regardless of your magical accuracy. With the immense power of ice spells along with the double casting speed, ice spells became extremely powerful, guaranteeing damage every hit. Jagex deemed this to be an unintended bug and hotfixed this throughout the week, but players felt that it made the double casting relic more on par with the other relics in its tier, so they reverted this change but added some magical attack bonus requirements. If you now have a plus 60 magic attack bonus, all binding and freezing spells will have their same 100% accuracy again. If you have full void equipped though, you only need a plus 20 magic attack bonus to get that 100% effect. There were also a few smaller relic changes. Jagex made it so that the double cast relic now saves charges with the enchanted Slayer staff at the same rate it would save runes normally. The quickshot relic got a similar update, where it now saves ether in the crossbow at the same rate as it would save ammunition. A range of items have also been added to the automatic restocking list, where if you exit and re-enter the shop, the stock restocks completely. These items include mithril and black plate bodies, all of the helmets in Barbarian Village's helmet shop, swamp paste, buckets of slime, and also nature runes, which is a very important one. There was also a huge list of smaller bug fixes, and I'll quickly go through the more important ones. The original Hallowed Sepulchre time challenges were far too difficult to complete, with times that were well out of reach. After this update, the times have been extended, allowing players to complete them. You will now never ever get a clue scroll step that asks you to go to Zaya, speak to Sherlock, or speak to Farlow the Bard. This overall increases the number of clues that players are able to complete within the league. There were also some bugs surrounding the Botanist relic that saved secondary ingredients when you make potions. After this update, every potion will have the effect of the relic, when previously a number of them weren't catered for. So that's the extent of today's game update. What do you think about these relic changes? Do you think double cast is too powerful with that 100% accuracy, or is it still on par with the other relics? Anyway, be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy these weekly kind of update videos, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more old school RuneScape content. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.